Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Following up about coon-ass Renee Hall. So on Friday, I sent a letter to Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, putting them on notice that a boycott will be staged against their whole sorority if Renee Hall is not removed from their sorority's rosters. It was just a quick little tweet, but I will be mailing them a letter as well. Now, if you want to read it, you can also view it on the Twitter site, the Twitter, as my African brothers and sisters say, on a page that I sent it from called Concerned Citizens of Dallas-Fort Worth. And when I say Dallas-Fort Worth, I mean Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and surrounding areas, the Metroplex, that type of shit, right? And the Twitter handle is CCODFW1. Just punch the number 1. That's CC, like cat, OD, that's overdose, FW, Fort Worth. Now, I have a plan for how the boycott will proceed if they want to protect her and don't want to remove her from their roles. We just want to see if Delta Sigma Theta has the conscience of the black community in mind. We'll just leave it at that. We'll just see if Delta Sigma Theta has service to the community that they talk about at their heart center, like they talk about all the time. And if they don't lay down the law with this disease, this defect in the Dallas Police Department, known as Renee Hall, for the betterment of their image and for the betterment of the community out here, we gonna see. So again, view the letter on Twitter, keep up with the feed, and I'm gonna read it to you real quick. It just says, from the concerned citizens of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and surrounding areas, to Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Chief Alicia Renee Hall is the current chief of the Dallas Police Department and a current member of your sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. As seen in worldwide reports, the killing of our fellow citizen, Mr. Botham Shem John, on September 6, 2018 at his home by Ms. Hall's former officer, Amber Geiger, has been met with neither tenacity nor fair-mindedness by your sorority member. We will not tolerate her or her supporters in our area. Chief Hall has shown her reprobate willingness to both publicly and repeatedly soft-hand her officer in the face of Mr. John's grieving family, our grieving constituency, and the nation. She has co-signed the suppression of Amber Geiger's toxicology reports to this day, though she speaks on being transparent in front of our media cameras. Hall offers no public contest to Amber Geiger's impossible narrative of the incident, displayed no immediacy with firing her until 18 days after the incident, and, moreover, Chief Hall has levied no pressure on the current Dallas District Attorney, Ms. Faith Johnson, to seek adequate murder charges against Amber Geiger. What is most unfortunate is that Chief Hall's bias towards her policing fraternity in this case comes at the expense of justice for the life of Mr. Botham Jean, making her conduct abysmally unacceptable. It is our conclusion that we, the concerned citizens of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and surrounding areas, will scale a boycott against your sorority's presence in our city, state, region, and country if Renee Hall is not permanently removed from the roles of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated post-haste. Chief Hall has shown she has ill intent for the unarmed men, women, and children in this area, and we will that you put her on notice. She should not be allowed to continue shouldering the name of a sorority that espouses integrity and service to community. Sincerely, the concerned citizens of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, Metroplex, and surrounding areas. So that's what's being circulated. It's gonna be mailed out this week, so they'll get a hard copy as well. And within a certain amount of time frame, we need to hear back. So they got this letter on Friday. How long should I give them? I'm gonna give them a week to bring something satisfactory, or else They already know what's about to happen. I'm gonna run this social media shit into the ground and get this lady off the motherfucking rolls one way or the other. Get this collaborator off of the rolls real quick. As for now, I don't know about Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, their national offices or whatever. I don't know what they gonna do. I know about Renee Hall though. Renee Hall is willing to let more black people get killed by white cops. And then she will be petrified, frozen every time some shit like that happens again. Every time something happens like what happened to our brother Botham Jean, she gonna be frozen stiff. She's another do-nothing, publicly paid for official that's supposed to be a representative of the greater good of the city. I said in one of my comments on a couple videos back, I was like, look, we take trepidation in the black community as traitorism. Trepidation is stutter-stepping and double-dutching in this system of white supremacist terrorism. You a chief and you showing trepidation to expose Amber Geiger, a murderer, immediately to the throes of justice, quick, fast, and in a hurry with no kind of prejudice, no kind of waffling and game plan. That should be seen as a death warrant to black citizens in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas metroplex and surrounding areas. We know what it is when white supremacist terrorists are given clearance and given leeway to abuse us. Just look at it just in a casual sense. Look at what they do in a casual way. You give them whatever kind of footing you give them around you, this dominant society, whatever kind of footing you give them, they're gonna engage in that kind of behavior gratuitously. I've said this before on my Twitter. If you let them do whatever they want to around you, they're gonna continue to do it and go overboard with this shit. Renee Hall, I guess she ain't been around racist white supremacist terrorists. I'm sure that's not the case, but she gonna pretend like that's not what's going on with these people, that that's not how they operate. And I don't appreciate that. They go overboard with shit. And that's what's on the horizon for us. If Renee Hall don't start feeling some slings and arrows from her positionality she's chosen to take early in this case. You know, they keep trying to spin the criticism she got for hitting her ex-boyfriend years ago. They're even in the media trying to spin that shit like she has some shred of honesty for coming forward and talking about it. And I think I said in my video that I did that she got charged for it. There wasn't a charge about it, but they want to act like she's noble because of some shit like that. That she's to be trusted for some shit like that, some small shit like that. When she's allowing a man's life to be trampled on, all because the person that killed him was a white supremacist terrorist. Fuck out of here. So if she don't see that they're already revving up an emboldened stance to take with black citizens because of her inactivity in this case, that's an important thing. She want to shuffle it off to the Rangers and all this shit. That means you're being inactive. And somebody said the Texas Ranger over the case is a black man, and I want to look into that and see what his coon ass is on. But the white supremacist terrorists who populate the Dallas Police Department, the Texas Rangers office, the DA's office, the state's attorneys, whoever the fuck else, they are in love with this docile, weak Renee Hall because they know that the chief that's in place is their go-to monkey. A fucking flunky with all her degrees and decorations, a fucking flunky. And they know it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Get it, y'all.